I just watched the first episode of McGregor Forever, and guys, I gotta tell you, that was fantastic. I didn't know what to think going into a Conor McGregor documentary, and I, as the biggest UFC fan ever, as somebody who's a fan of Conor McGregor, I was gonna watch it either way, but I just didn't know what to think about going into it, and now that I've watched it, I'm gonna talk about it. So, spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen episode 1 of McGregor Forever, I'm gonna talk about the spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels, and let's talk about Conor McGregor. Okay, so obviously it looks like what's going to happen. Again, I've only seen the first episode. It looks like it's just going to go into each of Conor McGregor's fights, if I had to guess. And this whole episode was him kind of introducing himself, and it goes into the bad blood with Khabib. We get a lot of inside information. So the whole episode starts with him in the hospital saying like, and this is kind of in the present, just a little bit before. Obviously, we've seen Conor McGregor get his leg fixed, and it went into him actually snapping his leg and having his unbreakable titanium shin bone. But it wasn't funny. It was just like he wasn't memeing at all. He was real. He was in a hospital bed. And something interesting was he was going into that fight with an injury, and he said something along the lines of that he knew he was making that walk knowing something would happen to him. And that was interesting because that's something that I really like about Conor. And I'll touch on it a little bit more. No matter what, the dude steps up. The dude always fights. I feel like he was injured. Some people are denying that he was injured and it was just like a freak accident that happened. But I'm on the side of Conor's real. He made no excuses. And now we're just hearing about this. I don't feel like, if this is a big thing just to make an excuse for the fight, I personally don't believe it. Some people are saying that, but of course, as we move on, we show Conor McGregor a little bit more, and this is before we get into the whole thing with Khabib. It's showing him spending a lot of time with his family, him just growing up with his kid, and the reason that he was getting into MMA, and the reason that he wanted to just spend time with his family and provide for his family, make a life for his son, and show and then we have that whole meme with him in the car with Jose Aldo 13 seconds, which is really funny. But anyways, after we see all that, after we get the introduction to Conor McGregor, it moves into the episode, and it's all about the Khabib fight. We saw the promotion, we saw everything, but something interesting that we did see is Conor McGregor broke his toes, or at least severely injured his toes. And going into that fight, we didn't hear about this. At least I didn't hear about this. Going into that Khabib fight, I wonder if that would have been different. Conor McGregor showed. People forget this, man. People just remember that fight and say that Khabib dominated him. Conor McGregor had absolutely fantastic takedown defense. Look at that first exchange that he had with Khabib. Look at that first exchange, and you tell me that anybody defended Khabib's takedowns better. His defense was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I wonder if those broken toes actually had an effect on him. But anyways, we didn't see this in this. Again, I'll touch on it now because this is something that I respect about Conor McGregor so much. He always makes that walk. Offers no excuses. I absolutely love that about him. I'm sure other fighters go into their fights injured, but Conor goes in there saying he's going to win the fight, and you don't hear about it. This is the first time we're hearing about his toe injury. That's crazy. I have so much respect for him. And again, some people would say that this is one big excuse. I don't believe that. I believe this is legitimately just a documentary looking back on what happened in the McGregor camp. And what's interesting is how much stuff they ended up having on film. I liked going into his training. I liked watching him prepare for Khabib. I like watching him getting ready for the fight. He looked stressed. He looked real. And it was nice seeing a Conor McGregor who wasn't in promo mode. It was real Conor McGregor. And when you saw him snap his toes, you could see he was doing something along the lines of this. And I'll probably look really stupid doing it, so I'm not making fun of him really. But he was like he was really, really upset. Like he was really doing this. Like he put his heart and his soul into this. You know what I mean? He was so ready to take on Khabib. We didn't hear anything about it. He went back to training. He made that walk to the octagon, and he was absolutely, it was amazing. It was amazing to watch him do that. And I like the background, and I liked seeing the real Conor because I like the real Conor. I like the family man. I like the guy who just wants to make money and provide for his family. You know what I mean? I love that guy, and that's what made me a fan of Conor in the first place. I love that he's been with Dee forever. Whether or not you want to speculate or all this stuff where he was cheating on her, you know what I mean? Regardless, it's tough because that's a really scummy thing to do, and there's no proof of it, of course, but it's kind of hard to believe that Conor didn't cheat on Dee. The point is, he's providing for his family, and Dee stayed with him this whole time. I love the relationship those two have. They seem happy together. You know what I mean? That's a whole conversation for another time, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Now, after the whole thing with the broken toes, we saw the regular build-up for the fight, and there wasn't really anything new here. It was just kind of reminding us what happened with Khabib, right? And it's unfortunate because they were trying to show something really dark, like how much bad blood there was and how Conor McGregor kind of went over the edge with the trash talking a little bit, something serious with the bus. And then all I could think about, it's really unfortunate. All I could think about was the memes. All the memes that came from that fight. I found myself laughing in that moment. They were trying to portray something so dark and so horrible and something that was so real. Two guys looking like who really want to hurt each other. But then I hear, murr, 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 and then your wrestling is zero. Your wrestling is zero. Let's wrestle. Let's wrestle. Let's wrestle. And then it's like, you shit on Bus. You shit on Bus. You know what I mean? I couldn't help but laugh in those moments. So at least, you know what? I got a laugh out of all of this, and it was really nice seeing all that stuff. It's crazy how they take something so serious and the internet just turns it into something so funny. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys find the same, like, see this the same way I do, but moving on though, we saw the whole build up to the fight. We saw the fight. They had a little bit of a play-by-play through the fight. They obviously didn't show us through the whole fight, but something that we did see is the moment after Conor McGregor actually did lose to Khabib, which was very hard to watch. And again, it's the real Conor. Conor McGregor was in a promo mode all the time, and then we actually see the real him behind, and he's crying. And what I don't like is I've seen it all over Twitter and all over Reddit. People like, wow, Khabib really took that man's soul. It's like, it probably happens when people lose a fight of that magnitude. You know what I mean? I don't think he took Conor McGregor's soul at all. I'm of the belief that Conor McGregor isn't as hungry because he succeeded in life. That's what I believe. I don't believe, though, that Khabib took his soul and Conor McGregor never wants to fight again. He fought after that. You know what I mean? He's not going to be the same fighter because he broke his leg and he's made his millions. I'm on that team. I'm sorry. That's just where I'm at with it. So make of that what you will. But it was really difficult to see. Conor McGregor, his coach, and his team hugging each other. Conor's crying. Dana White came up to him. And something that I really, really like is how he stays in good spirits. I believe I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, I was beat, and that's that. And then we finished up the episode with him just focusing on being positive and moving forward. And I think that's something that so many people need to learn in life is no matter what happens bad to you, yeah, you know what? It might be hard to deal with, but there's always positives to look forward to. You're healthy. You have a good life, and you got to look at the good things you have in life, and you just got to accept what happened and continue moving forward. And that's something that I really, really respected about Conor McGregor. Episode 1 of this, guys, was fantastic. I loved taking into a deep dive of what Conor McGregor's fights were like. And I just really like Conor McGregor, guys. I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big, big fan of him. The Khabib fight, he did go a little bit overboard with the trash talking and stuff. But at the end of the day, you could argue it was only business with him. You know what I mean? So it's interesting to see. And I cannot wait to watch the next episode. I'm going to be uploading every single episode that I watch. I'm going to be uploading a reaction just like this. And let me know what you guys think about this. Please, for me, for my sake, don't give me any spoilers. I don't want to know what I'm about to watch, so have that respect for me, please, guys. And let me know what you thought about episode 1 down below. And what do you think about Conor McGregor? Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I want to talk to you down below, but on the screen right now, if you want to continue watching something from the Clenbat channel, it's on the screen right here. Check it out, guys, because they're great. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you there. Take care.